I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33. The storm just passed through, and it's always calm after the storm. Nature celebrates. You hear the sounds of the cicadas buzzing in the background. I fucking love it. So early on in my quest to express my greatest human potential, I came upon the Taoist practice of Qigong. Again, I was a big Star Wars nerd growing up, and I was ingrained again with this idea of the Force. And when I started to hear stories about the practice of Tai Chi initially, also pronounced Tai Chi, and then later Qigong, I found a great correlation. A lot of this sounded like the practice of a Jedi. And so I was immediately drawn to it. And a principle of this practice is harnessing energy, cultivating energy in three major energy sources, energy vessels in the human body, and connecting these three vessels or sources of energy, if you will. So you have the root energy, the sexual primal energy, which is the Jing, have the heart energy, which is the Qi, and then the mind energy, which is the Shin. And the practice of Qigong, again, is to cultivate these centers, starting at the root, working its way up, and then working through what's called a microcosmic orbit, which goes up the back of the spine and then down the front to get these centers to communicate. And when the energy is strong in these three centers and it's communicating and flowing, then you get a higher level of human vitality, a higher level of human expression, clarity of thought, greater sexual energy, open, clear heart. And eventually, again, this quest for human potential eventually usually leads one down the path of conspiracy research as well, as you start to see what it takes to cultivate this kind of energy if you practiced for a while, and then you see how the systems of the world, the systems of the matrix, deplete you from all of it. I've done videos before about the depletion and co-opting of sexual energy, but it also works in the heart, also works in the mind. Distracted, weak mind is very easy to control. A fickle heart is very easy to control. A foolish heart, one who rushes and leads with their heart in a foolish manner without connecting with any kind of wisdom, very easy to control. And then the addicted pervert, very easy to control, or just this addiction to sexual energy, spilling the sexual energy, very easy to control people when they are engaged like that. And once again, this is what the propaganda systems of the Matrix encourage. They encourage wasting your sexual energy, being foolish and fickle in the heart, and being distracted is the thing to do. If you just look at how people behave, look at how people engage with technology, social media, hits all of it. You get distraction, fickleness, and the waste of sexual energy all in one fell swoop. So I found, again, the practice of something like Qigong was great because it gives you this other perspective. And to even reach a point where you get the benefits of such a practice, you have to spend a lot of time with it. It takes a lot of time, it takes dedication. And so that dedication, once again, addresses a fickleness that people have. So if one stays with the practice long enough, you can't be a fickle person and character. Requires usually having a a teacher who is skilled and learned in this practice. And it takes the dedication of hours of practice. Usually requires someone to get to a place where it's quiet. Ideal place to practice Qigong is outdoors, out in nature. But if that's not available, at least a quiet place. So getting in a quiet place where there's no distraction as well. The Taoists have a practice as well of semen retention, retaining sexual energy. And when one practices semen retention and is able to harness that sexual energy and then use a practice to express it to where it is transmuted to vitality or through creativity, then when one values such a thing, then you have a reason to stay away from pornography and these other systems that deplete the Jing. So, with that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. And the point of this is simply having practices in your life, having something to go towards. A lot of us know there are problems with the matrix, but we don't have anything to focus our energy on. And having a practice, and Qigong is just one of my practices that helps me focus my energy. It grounds me, gives me something to dedicate time and my soul to. And having something like that, which produces more of a life quality in you, pulls you out of the matrix, having something to go towards. So that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. Be strong, be well, and I will see you on the other side, my friends.